The day everything shifted. It started like any other day, or at least that's what I told myself. The alarm buzzed at 6:30 a.m., but I barely remembered hitting snooze once, twice, maybe 3 times. I lay there staring at the ceiling, feeling that same familiar weight pressing down on my chest. A weight of unfinished goals, unspoken words, and untapped potential. For years, I had followed the same script. I woke up, went to work, nodded politely at colleagues, scrolled endlessly through social media, and repeated mantras I didn't truly believe. "You've got this," I'd whisper to myself, day after day. But deep down, I knew something wasn't working. Something inside me felt muted, like I was living on autopilot in a life someone else had written for me. I remember looking in the mirror that morning and asking myself a question that would change everything. Why am I settling? Why am I waiting for life to happen to me instead of making it happen? I stared at my own reflection, noticing the tension in my jaw, the faint worry lines around my eyes, the slump of my shoulders, and then it hit me. I had been living in a cycle of blame, procrastination, and fear. I was waiting for someone else to validate me, for circumstances to be perfect, for the universe to hand me the life I wanted. But that morning, I decided enough was enough. I made a conscious choice to change my mindset, to stop letting fear and doubt dictate my actions. I whispered to myself, if I change how I think, everything changes. I will take control, starting right now. I will see what is possible in the next 24 hours. Little did I know, those words would ignite a transformation so profound that by the next day, everything in my life felt different. My energy shifted, my confidence skyrocketed, my decisions became decisive, and the world responded to me in ways I hadn't imagined. This wasn't magic. It wasn't luck. It wasn't some mystical law of attraction. It was a set of principles applied consciously, intentionally, and with full presence that transformed my thinking, my actions, and ultimately my life. And here's the truth. You can do this too. In the next 24 hours, your life can start shifting if you commit to these principles. Number 1, take radical ownership of your life. Ownership is the cornerstone of transformation. Until that morning, I had been blaming everything outside myself. My boss was unreasonable, traffic was unbearable, colleagues were difficult, the economy was unstable. Every setback became someone else's fault. But when I sat down and asked myself a simple question, what part of this am I responsible for? It shook me. Ownership is heavy. It's uncomfortable. It forces you to confront mistakes you'd rather ignore. But it also hands you absolute power over your life. I remember writing down a list, missed deadlines at work. I didn't prioritize properly. Arguments with friends. I didn't communicate clearly. Feeling stuck in my career. I didn't take initiative or learn new skills. The act of writing it down was almost painful. I had to face the truth. I was partly responsible for every frustration in my life. But the moment I acknowledged that, a strange clarity emerged. I wasn't a victim, I was a creator. Exercise. Take 30 minutes today to write down all areas where you feel stuck. Next to each, write how you are responsible, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. Feel the weight, then embrace it. That tension is power waiting to be activated. Within hours of applying this principle, I noticed my energy shifting. Tasks that had felt overwhelming now seemed actionable. Conversations became easier because I approached them from responsibility instead of defensiveness. Taking ownership unlocked clarity and confidence in ways I hadn't imagined. Number 2, reprogram your internal narrative. For years, my mind had been running a silent, destructive narrative. Every time I tried to take a step forward, I heard whispers, "You're not ready. You'll fail." Other people are smarter than you. Those thoughts were subtle, sneaky. They weren't loud, but they were relentless. That morning, I made a decision. I would no longer let fear dictate my story. I began consciously challenging every limiting belief. For every negative thought, I asked, is this absolutely true? Or is this fear talking? Then I replaced it. I'm not ready. I can learn as I go and improve continuously. I'll fail. Failure is feedback guiding me to success. Others are smarter. I bring unique value and perspective. The effect was almost immediate. I felt lighter. My energy became sharper. I noticed decisions I had been avoiding suddenly seemed simple. Confidence wasn't forced. It flowed naturally because my inner narrative had shifted. Exercise. For 24 hours, track every negative thought. Challenge it. Replace it with an empowering alternative. Speak it aloud. Feel it. Live it. You will be amazed at how quickly your actions begin to reflect your new story. Number 3, embrace discomfort. Comfort is the enemy of growth. That day, I intentionally did something that scared me. Something I had avoided for months. I reached out to a mentor I deeply admired, but had been too intimidated to contact. My fingers trembled as I typed the message. My heart raced as I hit send. The fear was real, but I forced myself to sit in it, to accept it as a signal that I was stepping into growth. Within minutes, I received a response. It wasn't just polite, it was insightful, encouraging, and actionable. Discomfort, I realized, is the universe's signpost for where growth lies. Every time you face fear directly, confidence compounds. The brain rewires itself. Courage becomes easier. Decisions become simpler. Mini challenge. Identify one thing today that scares you, even slightly, and do it. It doesn't have to be huge. Just one step toward the edge of your comfort zone. Feel the energy shift instantly. Number 4, focus on what you can control. Before this mindset shift, I wasted hours obsessing over things beyond my control. Other people's opinions, past mistakes, economic uncertainty, or events I couldn't influence. It drained me, scattered my focus, and kept me stuck. That day, I made a conscious choice to focus only on what I could influence. I wrote a list: can't control, other people's moods, the weather, delays, mistakes by others. Can control, my effort, mindset, choices, habits, actions. By narrowing my focus, my stress melted. Decisions became clear. Productivity surged. Life felt lighter, not because circumstances changed, but because I changed my lens. Exercise. List everything causing you anxiety. Ask, can I control this? If yes, act. If no, release. Feel the immediate relief. Number 5, take action immediately. Before that morning, I was a chronic overthinker. I would sit for hours planning, analyzing, and waiting for the perfect moment to act. But perfection never comes. That morning, I decided to break the cycle. I looked at my to-do list and picked the most important task I had been avoiding, a project at work that had been hanging over me for weeks. My stomach twisted as I began. Every fiber of my body whispered excuses. Wait until you feel ready. Maybe later. It's not the right time, but I pushed through anyway. I started with the first small step, then the next. And then something incredible happened. Momentum began to build. Each small action fueled the next. My confidence grew. Tasks that had seemed insurmountable became manageable. Within hours, I noticed how the world responded differently. Colleagues were more cooperative. Challenges that had felt blocking now felt surmountable. Action creates energy, and energy creates results. Mini challenge. Identify the task you've been avoiding most. Take one small step toward it right now, then another. Momentum compounds faster than you think. Number 6, practice radical gratitude. Gratitude is more than a feel-good exercise. It's a powerful cognitive shift. That day, I took 20 minutes to write down everything I was grateful for. My health, my family and friends, opportunities I had taken for granted, lessons learned from past failures. As I wrote, I felt a shift in my energy. The heaviness in my chest lifted. My mind became clearer. I could see solutions instead of problems. Gratitude amplifies energy, optimism, and creativity. Later, I shared a heartfelt thank you message with a mentor I had been neglecting. The response was immediate and warm. The simple act of expressing gratitude not only strengthened relationships, but also reinforced my sense of abundance. Exercise. List 20 things you're grateful for today. Express gratitude to at least one person. Feel the emotion fully. Notice how your energy and outlook shift almost instantly. Number 7, visualize your future self. One of the most profound shifts came when I visualized my future self, the version of me I wanted to become. I closed my eyes and imagined how they carried themselves, how they made decisions, how they spoke and interacted with others, how they handled challenges calmly and confidently. I asked myself, what would future me do right now? Then I acted from that perspective. I spoke with confidence, made decisions decisively, and approached tasks with a sense of calm purpose. Within hours, people responded differently. Opportunities emerged. Challenges that had seemed insurmountable felt manageable. Acting as your future self accelerates growth in ways waiting and wishing never can. Exercise. Close your eyes and visualize yourself 1 year from now. Step fully into that person today. Make at least one decision as that future version of you. Feel the shift. Number 8, eliminate energy vampires. That day I realized how much invisible energy drains were holding me back. Negative people, toxic habits, and mindless digital scrolling. I decided to take control. I limited time with people who drained my energy, set boundaries around unproductive conversations, turned off notifications for distractions. The result was immediate. Tasks flowed more smoothly. My focus sharpened. Motivation increased. My environment now supported my growth instead of hindering it. Exercise. Identify one person, habit, or situation draining you today. Limit exposure. Observe the shift in clarity and energy. Story. Within hours, I finished a long overdue project that had been stalled for weeks. My energy was free, my focus unbroken, and the work came naturally. Number 9, commit to continuous learning. Growth doesn't happen passively, it happens through applied knowledge. That morning, I dedicated one focused hour to learning a skill directly related to my goals. I didn't just read, I applied it immediately. The results were transformative. By the end of the day, I had implemented new strategies that improved productivity and decision-making. Learning became a tool, not just information. Exercise. Choose one skill or area to improve. Dedicate an hour today to learning something actionable. Implement it immediately. Observe the results. Knowledge becomes power when applied. Story. After learning a new productivity technique, I reorganized my workflow. Tasks I had avoided for months were completed in a fraction of the time. The sense of accomplishment was energizing, reinforcing the value of continuous learning. Number 10, embody unstoppable faith. Finally, the principle that tied everything together was unshakable faith in myself. Not blind optimism, but absolute belief in my ability to overcome obstacles, adapt, and thrive. I repeated affirmations like, I trust my ability to navigate life and succeed. I am resilient, capable, and unstoppable. Then I acted from that mindset. Fear diminished. Decisions became effortless. Challenges became opportunities. By the end of the 24 hours, I realized that faith wasn't wishful thinking. It was a magnet for action, energy, and opportunity. Exercise, declare your faith out loud. Act from it. Notice how fear loses its grip and opportunities appear. Story. That evening, a problem I had been dreading at work resolved itself naturally. The energy I carried, the confidence I projected, and the decisive actions I took had aligned circumstances in my favor. Faith had become momentum. Conclusion. The 24-hour transformation. By the end of the day, everything had shifted. Not because the world had changed, but because I had changed. Radical ownership gave me control. Reprogramming my thoughts gave me clarity. Embracing discomfort unlocked courage. Focusing on what I could control reduced stress. Immediate action created momentum. Gratitude amplified energy. Future self-visualization directed behavior. Eliminating energy drains amplified focus. Continuous learning created progress. Unstoppable faith made challenges manageable. The next 24 hours could feel just like yesterday, or they could be the start of a new life. Transformation begins not with luck, talent, or timing. It begins with intentional mindset shifts applied consistently. Imagine the possibilities if you apply these principles today. Clarity, confidence, courage, focus, and momentum that compounds every hour. Life doesn't wait. Opportunities don't wait. The world responds to those who act decisively, think clearly, and move with purpose. The question is simple. Are you ready to step into the version of yourself that already knows how to win, already knows how to grow, already knows how to take control? The choice is yours. Apply this mindset. Take action. Watch everything change within 24 hours. Call to action. Start now. Pick one principle. Apply it. Reflect, build momentum. Repeat. Life mirrors your mindset. Change your thoughts, actions, and energy, and the world will respond in kind.